Hey Gear Facts friends!
Today I'm looking at the Casio AT3. This is an interesting keyboard along the lines of the CTK 6000, 6500, but the difference with this one is that it can handle microtonal scales, and it also has a whole lot of different sounds from all around the world. With a total of 800 tones, we've got all of the sounds that Casio has always given us. Pretty high quality stuff. I think the world sounds are actually slightly classier. For most of us, this is the weird bit. What you just heard are customizable microtones. Let's turn that off for a minute. And that's the default 8-note octave, which will be more familiar to most of us. Microtonal scales are something that you really have to understand. Because it makes ordinary phrases sound pretty terrible. So I just use that section as a funky light show. And of course it's got that wonderful Casio Arpeggiator, which enhances everything, especially when you add beats. First choose the sound you like. This function is kind of hidden, so what you do is press the Arpeggiator button. You'll see a little indicator appear. Then hold it down and make a selection from 11 upwards. And now everything you play is automatically arpeggiated. Let's try some different patterns. There are a lot of arpeggios to choose from, and they're mostly pretty good. But personally, I liked it set to completely random. Works well with EDM beats, of which there are plenty. But I have to say, I do find those world beats quite inspiring. They do open your mind to new musical and rhythmic possibilities. Makes me want to set up my guitar and just riff. There is also a Yamaha equivalent to this keyboard, the PSR A300. I'll give you a link. Now let's hear what the accompaniments sound like. Classic Casio, pretty awful. There's pitch bend, and modulation, and here are some more world sounds. And with this pan flute sound, that's the cutoff being adjusted there in the edit mode. I'm going to go ahead and show you some of the synthesizing capabilities. This is something quite common to Casio keyboards, At this level, you get enormous control over vibrato. And that's part of the beauty of the AT3. You've got traditional sounds being completely warped by its synthesizing capabilities. There's also a very good range of effects, which can be used, arguably, a bit more tastefully. Okay, bad example. Let's slow that effect down. The selection of effects is huge, from simple delays with parameters that can be expanded and extended, and it's all very expressive. And now let's listen to some of the basic tones. Nice pianos. And the electric pianos integrate so well with the effects. Solid selection of organ sounds. Let's move on to guitars. So we're into synth and pad sounds now. So naturally we're going to be looking at more arpeggios and effects. Nice simple lead, big harsh effect. There's some really good stuff to discover here. Now I know that only hardcore Gear Facts watchers will still be watching at this late stage of the video, but let's put it all together and see what this keyboard can really do. Take it to extremes. Yeah, I love that. On the back we've got left and right lines out, which is great if you want to plug into a PA or some external effects and so on. Over here, on either side of the power input, we've got several auxiliary ins. You can put in a microphone, an instrument, or just a normal stereo source. And over here we've got headphone jack and sustain pedal socket, essential, USB and SD card sockets, and Afghanistan. And I love it when the socket locations are clearly shown on the front panel, so I know exactly where my headphones have to go. Easy. I quite like the champagne gold finish too. I don't usually like tacky colours like that, but it works on this one. And the last thing I'll say about the AT3 is that it tends to sell very cheap on the second-hand market, because as soon as people hear things like Arabic tones and microtonal scales, things like that, they get turned off. They think it's not for them, but it is for everyone. I really recommend you try out the AT3. If you see one around, it'll probably sell cheap, and I'll see you on the next one.